Yo, what's hood? What's good? What's going down on another wonderful Wednesday, the first of the month? So I hope you paid your bills, y'all. But welcome back to another wonderful episode of the Virtual Mancave Podcast Show. It's the usual crew minus the few, but let me introduce you to the who's here, yo. We got my good brother Arthur Sobers the third, aka the Panamanian Professor, aka the Health Guru out the crew. You know. Up next, we got MLB Nate the Great. You know what I'm saying, the aficionado when it comes to everything baseball related. You know, we got his podcast tomorrow. Make sure you tap in, tune in, so you can stay up to beat at what's going on in the baseball world.
MLB.
We got the chef, aka the Coach Davis, man. He over there chilling, cooling, doing what he do. Just finished burning a pan or two, making some cream brulee and all that other fly stuff that he make. You know what I mean? Last but not least, man, you got me, MCJ from around the way, yo. What up, family, yo? How y'all feeling, yo?
What's happening?
You gotta change your pick, though, bro.
Why I gotta change the pitch?
You don't play ball, nigga. You know Woods.
I ain't say I played basketball. I said MCJ, man.
No, I'm talking about your picture in the intro. You gotta change it to Tiger No Woods.
Yeah. I gotta put the golf picture up. Yeah, you're right. You're right, because I had a horrible day, man. I ain't
Don't forget, hitting the elderly and shit.
Yo, bro, I almost clipped the old man, son.
Yeah.
So I went to the course today. I guess it was Senior Citizen Day out there. You know what I'm saying? Half price Wednesday for senior citizens, whatever. I was struggling just as, you know, usually have good days. Some days I have bad days. Today was definitely a bad day. So I hit this one shot and I must have spliced it. Well, not must have, I spliced it and it went hard right. And when I say it did the L hook, I had to yell out 4 real fast. And I'm so glad that it missed Brody because it had took his ankle out. He'd have been done. He'd have been done for the whole golf season. So
yeah, you took your clubs and went home, huh?
Yeah, I left.
Damn.
I mean, I tried to play like 3 more holes and stuff like that, but it wasn't working. And I was like, you know what? I kept thinking about I almost killed the senior citizen with a golf ball, and I was like,
damn.
The only thing I'm not mad about, I'll be real with you, is that the golf course that I play at, once you pay for 6 rounds, the 7th round is free. So today was my free round, so I didn't pay for it today. So I'm like, at least I ain't lose no money. You know,
that's why you played bad, because you ain't pay for it. It was free.
Might have been the reason, but yet and still, I'll be back another day. It won't be tomorrow.
Yeah,
now, I'm gonna take some time off. I'm gonna chill. I almost killed somebody.
Yo, it'd be like that in the gym sometime. I get on the bench, like, yo, this weight feel mad heavy. Last week it was mad light, so I'm either gonna peel off some weight or just stop.
Well, I mean, I hope you peel off some weight because I don't want that joint to fall on your neck, bro. Like,
I'll peel off the weight, but then I don't feel like I'm getting enough work. So depending on my mindset that day, I'll stop or I'll just go do another exercise. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, other than that though, man, how y'all feeling, man? Midday hump day of the week.
Man, I'm good. I'm good
so far. I know I got a long week ahead of me because I gotta do the double on Saturday, right? 10 like 2 in the morning. Then them niggas want me to come back in the morning on Sunday to help do brunch because it's Easter brunch. So they want me to come in on Sunday to help with brunch, go home, rest, and come back for my shift.
At what time? What time is your normal shift?
6 o'clock.
Nah.
For Sunday, my regular shift is 6. On the weekends, I work. So on Sunday, I usually work 6 to close. So they want me to come in Sunday morning to help with brunch because it's going to be busy because it's Easter. I'm going to go home, chill, which I'm not going to go to sleep. Most likely, I'm going
to try to get at least 2 hours, though.
Yeah, and then come back and do my shift.
Yeah, you might as well just might as well bring your clothes to the job and just go to sleep.
Yeah, you might bring a cat.
Oh no, there's mad crackheads around there, bro.
What's that?
Nah, I'm just joking.
There be crackheads around there, man.
Yo, hey, when you get to the crib, at least try to get 2 hours, man.
I'm gonna try, but if I go to sleep, I ain't waking up, nigga.
That's the
But
super
think
brother.
about it. Think about it. I'm coming off a 16 hour shift, right? Then I go back in the morning. If I go home and go to sleep, I ain't waking up.
At all. Not till tomorrow. Not till the next day.
No. Somebody
You
said
see,
hi. Hello.
what up? What up?
What up?
Yeah, I can't read that name
Yeah. What's
and no reply. What up, yo? Nate, what's good with you though, family?
Chilling and maintaining as always.
God, I see you and Art. What y'all in the gang, man? Y'all got on black hoodies tonight, man. What's up? Y'all good?
There he go with that shit.
I'm just saying. The
Yeah,
other night,
man.
yo, the
You,
other night we both
did
had
you
on.
just say gangbang? Yo, pause
He
that whole
definitely
shit.
did.
I said that y'all in the same gang. I ain't say no gang bang.
Whatever it was.
But
Pause
anyway,
worthy.
the other day y'all had on the same blue hoodies and stuff like that. Like, what's up?
Yo,
Y'all,
what you trying to get at? God damn, bro.
I'm
Yeah,
saying we're playing.
go to the topic, my nigga, because you getting suspect right now. Getting real suspect right now, bro.
I'm not getting suspect. Your mind is getting suspect, bro. Like,
No, nigga, what you're saying is
come
really
on, bro.
suspect, and I think the rest of the cast agree. You talking
I
about
don't think.
what y'all got going on, nigga? What you talking about?
Yeah, which cause y'all listen, y'all had on matching hoodies on Monday, matching hoodies
Oh
on
my
Wednesday.
nigga, you already hit an elderly with the ball. Let's move on.
Right. And Monday, you knew I ordered a hoodie because I was rocking my Pistons hoodie because they had just played.
Let you tell it.
I just happen to
It's all
have on a
right.
blue hoodie. I mean, it was
Okay.
You act
I don't
like
know.
these niggas
But
called each other up and it was like, yo, let's coordinate.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
I just happened to put on a blue hoodie Monday, and today I just happened to put on
Yo,
a blue.
Nate, what you wearing tonight? I'm wearing a black hoodie. What the fuck?
So are we in the gang tonight, Jamoke? We got red hats on.
Oh, now this nigga internet acting up. Always, bro. This nigga stay with the worst internet.
yo, these the ones that were sent to us. That's all I'm saying.
Word, nigga
You still
talking
got
with
that
his mouth
AOL dial
froze.
up. You still got that AOL dial up.
Word.
You've got
I'm
mail.
saying that's why we need those donations, bro.
Nigga, you need donations. Our shit work.
We need those donations, y'all. Y'all see the Cash App down below. $ virtual man cave, yo. Hook us up, man. My internet be working, everything be prolific and it be great. And if you send $30, you know what I'm saying, you'll get one of these beautiful snapback hats, one of the colorways, either one of the logos, either that I got, Arthur got, or the one that Nate the Great got, yo. Again, that's $30, free shipping and handling. $ virtual man cave, yo. Hit us up.
Or you can get a nice shine beam.
I don't know. Even if they got that, you still got to protect your chrome dome in the summer, yo. You don't want heat stroke.
Or get
But now,
sunburned.
what's
All right, so
yeah,
what's going on tonight?
I don't know. Y'all tell me, man. Behind the scenes, we were talking about over there. Clarissa Shields talking about she could fight a man, and the way Keith Thurman looked on Saturday. Some people saying that they don't
Man,
know.
stop.
Well, to be honest though, dude he was fighting had crazy reach, bro. There's like,
You 6'4".
yeah. Oh, I thought he was 6 foot.
Nah, dude, 6'4". Keith Thurman 5'7".
Yeah, man. That there's no way he was. I mean, a skilled boxer that tall, he wasn't winning that shit. Do you see how fucked up he looked? And he talk about, oh, if we let it go on, I had a plan, nigga. What plan?
Everybody got a plan until they get hit.
His plan was to get knocked out.
It was like, yo, if you went on any longer, you would have been in the hot. Yo, what the one dude said? He was like, yo, if you went any longer, we would have been burying you on Wednesday.
Listen, it was a bad look, yo. I'm glad the referee did his job.
For real, because I didn't know he was that fucked up. Because when you looked, both his eyes were purple, bro. Both his eyes
That
were purple.
Yeah, it was not a good look for Keith Thurman.
Nah, it
But,
wasn't.
but Clarissa Shields, you are not beating a man in a boxing ring.
Yo, but did you see when he was getting his ass whooped? Clarissa kept posting shit on on the was it IG or whatever, but she kept saying shit like, oh, blah 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 blah. I'm like, yo, man, like, yo, so I can't wait till she meets a girl that just puts on a canvas
come
for
she
once,
don't like
man.
him, yo.
Huh?
Like what did Keith Thurman do to her that she keep calling him out?
But it's
She
not even him that she calls. She calls
She
out the
called out
other
another
dude
dude
too.
too.
Yeah.
I forgot the dude's name, but Shannon Sharp was like, Clarissa, that is a man. You were not beating a man.
Not even that he's a man. He's a 3-time champ. Oh, Riley Romero.
Yeah, stop.
oh, she
Pat,
Yeah.
calling him out?
and
Yeah.
Pat need to talk to her. Hey, shorty, stop.
Now, see, that's where you're wrong. Pat, need to talk to her. She will fucking two-piece that nigga. Oh, and y'all laughing because you know I ain't lying.
I
He'd
mean,
be like, yo, you need to chill. She'd be like, nigga, shut up, Pat. And probably
yo,
two-piece that nigga. Like, for real.
then he used to box or something.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Pat ain't
Pat,
a
I
box,
mean,
did he?
not professional. I know he ain't
Oh,
been no professional fighter.
he slapped a fucking rapper. Like, what the fuck, nigga?
No,
Nah, I
no, I'm
heard he
He-
was
being
chewed out
serious.
though. I heard he
Cause,
slept dude.
yeah, so wow. He sucker punched him. He sucker punched a battle rapper. Wow.
I'm gonna check. No, not because he sucker punched a battle rapper. I'm talking about before that in general though.
What and what? What you heard? Yeah, right. You laugh because I'm waiting for the delay for him to respond to the delay he got going on.
Nigga, I'm eating something and I'm about to look it up, man. Hold the
What
fuck
the
up,
fuck you
bro.
eating? We on a fucking podcast and you eating food,
God
nigga. What the
damn, my
fuck is you
nigga.
doing? We
Chill, bro.
having dialogue and you
Chill, my
chewing
nigga.
and shit. Like, nigga, what are you doing right now?
Chill, my nigga. Chill, my nigga. Chill.
This nigga, man.
Oh boy, it was comical.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep eating my chips during a live broadcast.
I do it every fucking week, bro. Like this shit is new.
Yo, when your
Yeah,
internet
we go
works, let
live.
me
It's
know,
time for
bro.
me to eat.
How when your internet work?
Hey, yeah, man. What?
This shit stalling, bro. Look, his shit. Look. See, he has to leave. Nigga has to leave a whole live broadcast. This shit don't work.
So what were we talking about? I can't even remember, man. Y'all need
No, Clarissa trying to fight a man.
yeah, she need to stop. Seriously, she need to stop. But
Nah,
but
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 like
in
I
all
said, yeah.
fairness, though, like she had knocked the woman out because the last woman she fought was almost 200 pounds. Carissa's like what 150 maybe.
No, she up there.
What she? Let me see how much she weighs.
First, like 170 or some shit like that. But like I said, she can't even knock chicks out. Much less take on a man. And Cyborg challenged her.
She's 165.
Yeah, Cyborg challenged her, right?
Cyborg is a cyborg in my size, ain't she?
I don't know what's no Cyborg is smaller
Is she?
because Cyborg said she will move up to her weight.
Well, Cyborg is she MMA, isn't she?
Yeah, but she said she will fight. I want to see Cyborg fight her.
Let's see how much does Cyborg weigh. Wait a minute. What's Cyborg's real name?
fucking know. It should come up. Cyborg.
I just
Type
typed cyborg and they giving me the
type
Gandhi.
UFC Cyborg, bro.
It's Chris Cyborg, CRIS.
Damn, she got a nigga name and she look like a nigga. Damn. Oh, we just got canceled because I said that.
You, st- you said Chris Cyborg, C-I.
C-I. Nigga, Chris, C-H, nigga. What the fuck is y'all on? C-H-R-I-S.
No, her name is spelled. It's not spelled C-H. It's spelled
No, it's
C-R.
spelled CRIS.
Oh, she 145.
Yeah.
Her walking weight has been. Oh, she walk around 170 though.
Ooh.
Cyborg.
170, you sure?
Yeah, it says while she fights at 145, her walking weight has been historically around 170 to 175. Oh, ooh,
So that's why she's willing to move up in weight.
because it's gonna be easy for her.
Mm.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know if she got anything for Cyborg.
I want to see it. I want to see it. But, you know, Cyborg keeps saying that she keeps ducking her.
So is that fight gonna be better than Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano?
I don't give a fuck. I just want to see. I just want to see her on the canvas. Just tasting the canvas for a little bit. I mean, I don't care if she win or lose, but I just want a reality check real quick. That's all.
True. Speaking of reality, I mean, you brought it up. What do you think about the thoughts of Nick Cannon interview with Amber Rose?
I think if you're gonna be on TV or make comments like that, you need to make informed comments, and you don't just need to give half of the half statements, half truths. I think if you make comments like that, you need to expound on that comment.
So dive into that more because I really don't know what's going on. So like, what is he not diving into?
So he said that the Democrats started the KKK, which is true, but this was back in the day in the Civil War times where they had the Southern Democrats, and their nickname was the Dixiecrats. So yes, the Southern Democrats did start the KKK. Yes, that is a fact. But what he failed to go into was that after Lincoln freed the slaves with the Emancipation Proclamation, a lot of the Southern Democrats switched parties to the Republican Party. So, and even before that, you had the Northern Democrats, which weren't for slavery. Then you had the Southern Democrats, which was for slavery. But the party did that switch they did an entire party switch after the Civil Rights Movement. But he didn't go into that. He just, oh, well, the Democrats are the party of the KKK, the Republicans freed the slaves. Yeah, but go further into that, man. Don't just leave it at that. Because what's going to happen is a lot of people aren't going to do any research and they're just going to follow off that one soundbite. You see what I'm saying? So,
what most of the world is doing, most people don't even watch the full video to see anything. Most people just be like, "Oh," and they react to whatever the headline is.
Right, and exactly, they just see the headline and they run with the headline. Okay, go deeper into it, man. You know, and that's what you call. So what's going to happen is you're going to get a lot of uninformed voters voting based on that one headline.
So shout out. What's up, Unc? How you doing?
What it is, what it was, what it will be.
What up? What up?
Back up what Arthur said. Also, what was said what Amber Rose said about the what she stated was that she claims that white people should be allowed to use the N-word, saying that it could potentially lead to a decrease in violence. And this is what she said, quote, "White people should be able to say nigga." And I'm just what we're saying, for the TV audience, because when you really stop giving a fuck about stupid, dumbass fucking words, we'll stop killing each other. She also said, if somebody says the hard R and is pointing at you, is very different than rap lyrics or just saying, "That's my nigga." We're all smart enough to know what's right and wrong. So why are we creating so much damage and meaning behind it?
Because if you white and you say nigga, I'm mad. What the fuck is he talking about?
Right.
Man, it is what it is. It's not gonna change. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel comfortable with white dudes just staying nigga for fun. That's not cool.
It's not cool at all.
It's not got nothing to do with cool. It's the fact that the way that they say it is just a misrepresentation of everything that they think that they trying to call us something that we're not, and that's what they mean it by. Nigga, we say it with representation. They don't say it with they place it as a whole fucking mark on you. They don't have it, it means something to them, and it means something. That's why they can't say it. It's
Yeah.
a
And
whole deep
imagine,
history. Yeah.
and just imagine you at work and your boss is just not now everybody can say the word nigga. Now your boss is like, hey nigga, and he's like, no, I can't,
Mm-mm.
no.
No.
I'm wondering. What I wonder is she does she when she says if you know what the words are and everybody knows, is she feeling the same way about derogatory words towards women as well?
You know
Because if
what? I don't
somebody
know
call
how
her a
people
bitch
are
or
listening to
or a cunt,
somebody that got stupid shit written across their fucking forehead. So how the hell are we listening? Why are we listening to somebody that represents themselves in the manner that they would put that kind of shit on their face and walk around? Hey, listen, and again, there's nothing wrong with tattooing. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it, but again, it's gonna show you enough how smart somebody is when they start putting shit like that on their face, and that's an everyday representation of who we're talking to. What does she know?
Mm-hmm.
What does she know? Nobody that nobody claims that that's a
Word.
intelligent woman.
And it's crazy because she only known because she was fucking niggas.
And that's crazy too, because now you take like I'm saying, now you talk about her being a harlot, yet you want to sit there and be like, but she's pretty smart too. Okay, so now she's the professor prostitute. Makes a lot of goddamn sense.
Word.
and
Not that
then
it
um
can't be, but does that make sense?
and then if you say that like that, like how she was saying, oh, if you know somebody using a hard R, every time somebody say it, they're gonna try to say, oh, I didn't mean the hard R, I mean the other one. Yeah, okay. So
And
you
again,
understand.
why would you put yourself in that position in the first place? Why would somebody want to say it? It's hard to say it in front of other people. You know, you got to be comfortable if you say it anyway, wherever you go. You can't, it ain't just something to be said out loud in front of everybody. Some folks just don't accept that mess. And you can't have a white person do it because we know that a white person doesn't say it like we say it. Or, a matter of fact, even if we say it's wrong for us to say it, they can't say it because it meant a whole different. It's a whole context to the word when it's being said by them, and they know that.
Yeah, she was out of pocket with that comment, and I saw her face tattoo. I don't even
The whole system is dumbed down. The whole fucking system is dumbed down. Yes. The whole fucking system is dumbed down. That's why they don't want you to have a Department of Education. That's why they don't want people to go through talking about DEI hires and all that mess. Again, that was for everybody. That helped everybody out. And like they said, it already been proven. It helped out more white people than it did black people. So
and
they
and
can't
and
complain it on anything.
and all DEI does is make sure that minorities, women, black people, Latinos, whatever, get an equal representation or get an equal shot at the job. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to get hired. You see what I'm saying? It's not guaranteed. Okay, well, you got to hire a certain amount of black people or a
And
certain
it was
amount of women.
already
That's not,
proven it didn't work that
but
way. They
but
gave
but
him a chance, but it wasn't who was
right,
getting
but
hired.
right. But what I'm saying is DEI doesn't automatically say that you're going to get hired just because you're black. We got to have a black quota.
And that was the hope, like I said, and that yeah, like I said, and it didn't even turn out the way that it's being misrepresented anyway.
All right, then, yeah. Great take, fellas. Great talk on that one. So we're gonna move on to the next topic. Since we're kind of on that level right now. We're talking about. We're gonna keep up with that with Jaden Ivey, formerly of the Chicago Bulls, who was recently waived by the Bulls for conduct detrimental to the team. And this was hours after he made an Instagram live stream when he delivered targeted to the NBA's advocacy of the LGBT community. For Jaden Ivey, who he was shut down on Thursday while he manages a left knee pain, took to Instagram 3 times, Instagram Live that is, 3 times. And he announced after the Bulls had shut him down. So one of his first statements was, the world can proclaim LGBTQ, right? They proclaim Pride Month, and the NBA, they proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for Pride Month to celebrate unrighteousness. They proclaim it on the billboards. They proclaim it in the streets, unrighteousness. So, of course, Ivy has a bit of a heavy following on social media. So then he made another post when he went on his live stream. This happened. So, of course, the NBA hasn't commented on it yet on his release. On Thursday, hours after Ivy was ruled out for the remainder of the season, he took the Instagram again to address. So you have people out there, users who was trying to send prayers to him, saying, Senders, Detroit misses you. They hope he gets better. His response was, God doesn't hear your prayer if you're a sinner. He also made a statement saying Catholicism, correct me, and I said that wrong.
Catholicism.
Yeah, Catholicism, right. I was trying to get that out. Is a false religion and is not the true doctrine of Christ. It does not lead to salvation in Jesus Christ. So his former coach, Billy Donovan, said, I think there's a certain level of standards and expectations that are here. I mean, we have people from all different walks of life and working and building players from all different walks of life, right? So the first thing is everybody comes with their own personal experiences. But one is we all got to be professional. I think there's got to be a high level of respect for one another, and we got to help each other and then be accountable to those standards. So last thing, hours after he was waived, Jaden Ivey also continued with talking about religion, and he said the NBA said they're liars, bro. This is lying. They're lying, saying my conduct is detrimental to the team. That's a lie. Ask any one of them coaches in there, was I a good teammate? All I'm preaching about is Jesus Christ, and they waived me. They say I'm crazy, right? I'm psycho. He said, I didn't get myself waived. I was in the gym today. I was rehabbing, doing what was required of my job. So what are your thoughts on the whole situation with Jaden Ivey and his comments, and how did the NBA act? I mean, did the Chicago Bulls act correctly? Did the NBA and what do you think the NBA's gonna stance is gonna be on this? I mean, we kind of know, but
There is a time and place for everything, and there's a way to say certain things. It was unprovoked, meaning nobody asked him. And what it does do is it's to say the NBA is not righteous is one thing, but to point out a specific group is kind of hate speech. Because even the Bible doesn't even preach hate. It doesn't necessarily preach tolerance either. It says God loves the sinner, not the sin. But then it also says meet people where they love them, where they are. You see what I'm saying? So whether you are for that or against it, you got to tread lightly. I think it was kind of it sounded like hate speech. Now, I think he was, like I said, I think he was out of pocket because it wasn't the time or place to say that.
Uncle, what do you think?
I agree with Art this time. I think he's right.
This
It
time?
just wasn't because we and y'all don't understand because I'm usually the anti Bible guy or the anti biblical speech person, but I think Art is right. I think this is a perfect example where If you're unprovoked and you have no reason to say any of these things, then you really shouldn't be opening up your mouth. Now, I don't know where all this came from with Ivy and Chicago and the league in itself, but it sounds like there's a whole beef with whatever was going on. He, it, for him to pop off like this, it had to be something personal. That's and that's what I don't understand about it. The fact is that you're hearing about a guy you never heard anything bad about in the league. All of a sudden, he is not only kicked out of off the team, but he basically he gone. Ain't nobody gonna pick him up after after statements like that. And now he's out here bad mouthing the whole league about whatever it is, and it's not really clear. So I'm with Art. Like I said, if it's unprovoked, you may not have needed to say anything at all. And if you're mad at somebody, you got to find the right platform to go and drop off these statements. You can't just be freewheeling because you think you somebody. I have followers. Blah blah blah. Let's get this right, bro. You just another four-letter name in the league right now. You ain't nobody special. And even though you might have been a quote unquote good player, ask me who Jordan Ivy is. Who is Jordan Ivy? You know what I'm saying? Now he's a rookie and or whatever he is, and some people know him, and he's a prospect. I understand that, but bro, he he's one of them nickel and dime made just lucky to be on an NBA roster, motherfuckers. Let's be real.
So Jaden Ivey is and I'll just speak on he's a first round pick for 2022 went fifth round because he went to the Detroit Pistons. He Now what happened to him was he had a really bad injury last year when he tore his knee, so he was out for
Mm-hmm.
the season as we were making that run.
Mm-hmm.
Then he got traded at the trade deadline, which surprised me as well as a fan of the team, but he got traded. And I guess somewhere along the ways why he's been with the Bulls, he played a few games, but his injury probably, I don't know, maybe they was monitoring his injury. I'm just wondering, just playing that way, wondering if it's anything to do with the fact that they were shutting him down, which made him decide to go on this rant, that made him decide to feel some kind of way. Like he might have felt like he could still play and serves, but now you're talking about you're going to shut me down for the rest of the season. Because we do know sometimes teams, and I'm not trying to take up for him, just saying we do know at times teams will decide to make players or make teams, they'll they'll sit them down after a certain time of the season, and then that'll be it. Just like DeMar DeRozan in Sacramento is not playing as much as he used to play right now because they're playing the younger guys. So I'm wondering if it was something between him and the organization, which actually, and then maybe it was with that part of him being shut
Hey
down.
man,
The
I
reason
mean
why,
if it is, but let's say it is, and
right,
in this case, it could be a contractual thing
right,
because I'm sure, like where you're probably going with that, Nate, is that he probably was on the contract. You have to play X amount of games in order to get X amount of money. If
right.
not, then this. And now they know that he ain't playing, so they got the option and they put him at that. Okay, that caps him out. He can't reach this certain number, then that's what it is. Here's the question. Was he gonna be well enough to play, well enough to get on the floor and play? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And risk the chance that he would. And if he could, is he gonna give them a better chance in the standings or going into the playoffs? And again, I don't think it makes sense to rush or to give a player, especially a young player, on that type of chance. I really don't. And especially if they got there without him. If they're there without him, they could do that without him. They're gonna have to. Next man up. And I know how you feel, and I understand where that goes with the contract and all. But again, you're ours, and I would look at you as a monetary goddamn liability if I felt like I gotta play you and you might get hurt. I can't do that. I don't know what they plan on doing with you. And then on an HR prospect of it, as far as a player personnel, you want me to risk the chance of you actually having a chance to come back here or doing this for a longer period of time? Just because you want to try to get it in right now, I understand where you're going, but that don't make it good for the team, bruh. That don't make it good for
Yeah,
me. So why would I do that?
and being that the Bulls are 29 and 47, so they're not going to make the play in. It's only about it's about 6 games left in the regular season. So again, I'm not sure what kind of communication it was there that made him decide this, and maybe this was just his own feelings, and maybe he, whatever it was. So I'm not, as far as once you make certain comments in the league, sometimes usually that means that's the end of your career. You ain't coming back.
Yeah, I don't.
Um,
I'm sorry. In today's climate, he's not coming back.
I don't
and
say he won't come back, but I just
No,
want to know
he's
what
not.
set
They're
him.
not. No.
I
What
want
I'm
to know
saying,
what set him off like that, because I'm telling you, those are just not no. Those are just not come off my dome comments. You know what I'm saying? Those are he's
but
directing that at
so
somebody.
so here's the thing: the NFL, CD Lamb got not in trouble, but they were talking about CD Lamb because they wanted him to wear a certain bracelet. He said, "I'm not wearing that bracelet," and that was it. He didn't go on. He didn't go off and tweet and go on IG Live and say a whole bunch of
Right.
other stuff. He just said, "I'm not wearing that bracelet because of whatever, whatever," and they left it alone. But that was a question that was asked to him. He answered the question in the best possible way he could without making it sound like hate speech. You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
and like you said, I mean, you made a good point. We don't know what set him off to do that. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if there's only 6 games left and you got injured, dude, common sense would tell you, and you're not gonna make the play-in or the playoffs. Common sense would tell, okay, I need to rest because I still got another season to play.
it might be
So,
something more to it.
what's that?
And it could be, and I'm
Well, yeah,
sure,
there's
but
definitely more
yeah.
to it, but we don't know. But even then, you still have to be able to learn how to control your emotions and again pick your spots. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't the platform for that.
And I'm a back up. Like I hear what you said. I'm gonna go with what Arthur said, and he might, and I think is in most cases he may not be back. And see, his situation is different from like Mark Jackson just trying to, Mark Jackson in his certain situation, when he was preaching and people say he was being too religious and things like that. That may have kept him from coaching again after a while, but like, yeah, as you see, I think he's back on the sidelines with maybe the Knicks or somebody right now. But that's a whole lot different when you actually call out an entire community, a very strong, powerful community. And I don't want, a community that a lot of people donate to, a lot of people have charities for, and things like that. And the NBA has been strong on that, especially from the WNBA to the WNBA. So, it's a strong possibility Ivy won't be back unless they have some kind of real powwow. But right now it doesn't look like he'll have to be gone for some years before maybe he even get a chance. But by that time he won't even have any value to him.
You know what's crazy? It's like now you know that if that happens and this blackball shit happens to this dude for him doing this, again, he may not have even been wrong for the reasonings for saying whatever he said. Again, I can't say it enough. You just got to know when to pick your battles. Art just he topped it off like in the beginning again. I just got to say it. He was right. Just learn where and when, bruh. You can't just go popping off and not giving anybody a fair lick of whatever it is that you're mad about and think that you're gonna come off as being the only person that who's affected by this. That was I don't think he really understands. And maybe he did. Maybe he did. He sounds like he understands how he felt like he was going to say this, and that's why he did what he did. But to me, I just don't think he was really being right about the whole situation.
Yeah, well, because you could say in one instance, as black people, we don't like when certain things are said about us in the public. a certain way. So that doesn't mean that we can go and say stuff about other people and it's just supposed to be okay either.
I mean, if that's the general rule for everybody, isn't it though?
Right.
You
That's
know
what I'm
what I'm
saying. So
saying?
like,
That's the general rule for everybody.
but there do be at times where sometimes we do play a double standard where we feel like nobody can say nothing about us, but we can go ahead and talk about everybody else.
I mean, again, I'm sure that there's times for that shit. You know what I'm saying? And there's times for that. We all understand that, but let's be
All right,
real about
so
this shit.
that was good talk, y'all. So we're gonna lighten it up real quick for a moment. Main rapper Mano made a comment, and this is just quick humor in between. Where he said he was upset when he had girls coming to visit him in prison, and dudes was talking about the girls he had with chopped or whatever, basically saying they busted. He was talking about getting in fights with them. So to ask that question, have any of y'all ever told your homie or one of your homies told you that a girl that you was with that you might have been high on or they were high on, you ever told them they were just busted to their face?
Nah.
Nope.
Huh?
He thinking about it
No,
because he
I
did
don't
it
think.
way too
No,
many
no,
times.
no, 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 no. I told somebody I couldn't go out with them because I was seeing their cousin, but I ain't never told nobody they was busted.
No. Told one of your homies that the girl they was with was busted.
Nah, who the fuck am I to tell somebody they woman is
Nah, well,
busted?
I mean, in the club, I told
Oh
Corey.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
told
Nobody,
Corey
yeah,
before
yeah,
because he was
yeah,
too
yeah.
drunk. I was
Right,
like, "Yo, Corey,
right.
bro, you
Well, that's
wildin'."
different. That ain't
No,
his girl.
I'm just saying, but that's just my
Yeah,
moment.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
that's
nah,
somebody you was with in the club. Now I've
nah.
had
We
that
don't
happen
know.
to me.
You
Where
was saving
but
him.
BC that happened before BC, where I was in the club and yeah, after the club it's like yo, all right, shorty was nah. But
Yo, I
like
had
like my girl or somebody I was with, nah. Nobody ever said that to me, and I never said that to any of my other
well,
homies.
I'm gonna go left with this. So one time I was at the club, right? We were young, me, Corey, and everybody, and my man's that live. Oh, damn, what's the shopping mall over here that's popular? I want to say Goshen, but it's not Go. Monroe Woodbury. Y'all heard of Woodbury Commons? You never heard of Woodbury Commons?
No.
And
All
you
right.
use it
So
in the
anyway,
middle of the
I knew
Adirondacks.
these
Nobody
dudes that
got
used to
that
work in
shit.
Monroe. They used to go to Monroe Woodbury High School, and they're singers. Matter of fact, one of the singers won one of the competitions on TV, and they were signed to Shaquille O'Neal's deal at the time, right? When Shaquille O'Neal had his label, whatever that shit was, somethingism, whatever the fuck.
Twism,
But
twism.
Twism. So we were all out there. We were out at the club. I met this girl from I guess not Manhattan, Mount Vernon, right? Because I had already moved from the Bronx upstate. So whatever. I went to the club, met this girl from Mount Vernon, and the lights was off. Everything was the strobe lights. She was what's that song that like she was strobe light honey?
Strobe light, honey.
Yeah, so I had me a strobe light, honey, bro. So like after the club, I get with this chick. Niggas is like, yo, chill. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. So I actually get her number, whatever. I go to meet her in Mount Vernon, nigga. Mind you, I'm young and like I'm just like, fuck it. She don't look the same, but I'm about to beat though at least. You know what I mean, nigga? When I pulled out her pants, it smelled so bad.
Oh,
yo, yo, it smelled so bad, bro. I made up an excuse and I left the scene with my man. Left the scene and I was young, so I was real immature. When I left, I came back upstate. She kept calling me, and I would pick up the phone and I would play porn. I was stupid. I was a young fucking dumbass kid, and I would play porn when I would pick up the phone.
So she thought you was getting cheeks.
Not even as usually. I was just being stupid. I was just doing dumb shit. But like
yo,
it was the way to get. It was a way to.
yo,
It was a way to get off the phone.
the Black American Pie. God damn, Troy, that's some
Yeah, man.
crazy shit.
But it was like, yo, I couldn't believe it. I pulled out her pants. I was like, oh my fucking god. There's no way in the world I'm hitting this. There gotta be some shit with this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all ever had that experience, but I've never smelled something so bad before, bro.
I thankfully have never had that experience, but I have. I'll say back to the topic. I have played the villain before once.
Mm-hmm.
It was a guy that I knew, and he was just going in. He had this girl had him not himself no more. I mean, my man was out here. I caught him one time in the parking lot smoking Black and Miles while reading the Bible. All of a sudden,
What the
you
fuck?
know, yeah, she had him twisted up. She was a little bit older than him. You know, she was close to my age at the time. He was a little bit young. And I guess it was his first girl he had. He's older. He started staying at her place instead of staying with his parents. But one day he was like to me, he's like, "Yo, she like top 20 best looking girls." And I said, and it was just kind of like, I just said, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, but when you young and you forget your first snatch, everything is beautiful.
You know, I didn't mean to say, but I didn't apologize though either. But it was just like that at the time he said it. And at that time I was in my early 30s, so I'm just like, "What?" I said, "Nah." I said, "You tripping?" But no,
Yeah.
he was caught up. I got blamed for them breaking up eventually, but whatever.
But so here's the thing, man. To
Damn.
each his own, man. Everybody like what they like, and they attracted to whoever for whatever reason.
Yeah,
Really was a
No,
exactly.
that's
body
true.
snatcher.
I think what it was for me is the reason I said it like that is because he was so caught up he didn't even realize he was losing himself
Yeah, yeah.
because he was doing stuff that he wouldn't normally do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And then even when one time I pulled up, I saw him somewhere and we was in the car and he was like he wanted to hang out. He hit me on the phone about it. I said, "Yo, we gonna hang out afterwards?" She was like, "He ain't going nowhere." Blah 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 blah. And then he just kind of had that sad face, and I felt bad for him, you know. So that's why I guess when I did say it, it's like you're doing stuff that you're normally not doing. This girl is not for you in the right kind of way, you know.
Yeah.
But I've been one of those that's been in it though too. Sometimes when you in it, you don't know no better. Can't nobody tell you nothing
Now,
until you
I've
finally
been in
smart enough.
I've been in situations where it's like, yo, shorty, like when you go back and you think about it, it's like, yeah, what was I thinking?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
If
what?
somebody come and say something to you, you be like, "Man, mind your damn business."
Right, but
But
then when you get out of it, you be like, yeah, you was right, dog. Like,
because they able to see what you can't see at the time.
no,
Nah, because you gotta understand when you're young and you're a man, you think about all that pussy.
Right. And for so
You know what I
long,
mean?
somebody's
And
always
you
been
like,
telling you something.
and she doing everything you like to. Yeah, nigga, you done.
Right. And when you
yeah,
now feel like you're a grown man, I could do what I want. So you tired of people. You had to listen to you might have had to listen to your parents for years and obey what they said while you was under their roof. Now you ain't under nobody's roof. I could do whatever I want.
Yeah.
yep.
All right. So that was interesting. Appreciate you, Troy, for that story.
Yeah. Yeah. But thank God that was the last time I did that, man, because I was like, oh man. 'Cause after that, I was traumatized from pulling down the pants.
You got
I was
PT.
like, because I
You
started
got
thinking like,
you got PPTSD.
yo, for real. I was like,
Hey,
I was,
you get the
every,
acronym
yo,
PPTSD.
after that, I was like, yo, I hope this ain't the norm, bro. I was like, I hope this ain't the norm.
Hey, Troy, you you
And
you you just ignored me, man.
yeah, wait, what happened?
I said you got PPTSD.
Nah, fuck that. I don't know. Yo, I don't, man, shit.
He's still stuttering
Because
over it. You
when
got
you
it. Go
young, because when you young,
ahead.
they ain't nothing like pulling off new drawers. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
I'm just being.
I've been at a party where there was some entertainers there, and again BC, and she was right,
Oh God.
and was like, "Yo, shorty, what are you doing? Why am I
Mm.
here? Like for real? Because the whole in the whole house, I noticed it right, but I ain't say nothing. I was just like, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then homie that was like in the chair next to me was like, "Yo, shorty, you smell that?" I was like, "Yeah, I smell it." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yo, get off me." He was like,
Oh my
"Yeah, for real."
God.
Hey, like I said, I was just like, okay, and but you know that was never really my thing anyway. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Man, no, who
But
wants
on top of that, it was
selfish?
like, yo, because it was a fight party. Like, yo, I'm here really just to watch the fight. That's extra,
yeah.
right?
Hmm.
So, um, and like I said, you know, I smelled it, but I was just like, well, I ain't worried about that no way. But then, like, she was giving homie a lap dance, and he was like, yo, shorty, yeah,
Yeah.
shorty stink. Like,
So, yo, so since we on that topic, man, I got bad stories, bro. Hold on, let me just give you this last one. So, me, I'm not a fan of strip clubs, right? Because
me either. It's not my
I
thing.
feel like you go to the strip club and it's like I seen a dude post something the other day, and I felt the same way. I was like, you go to the strip club with for a tease, so I'm giving you mad money for a tease. I ain't getting shit. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nothing happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, bro, I will go to the strip club with my niggas, right? My one dude, he loves strip clubs. The nigga got kicked out because he was sniffing on the pussy, and he got kicked out and somehow snuck back in, right? Anyway, that's another story. But
Yeah, tell us that one. But go ahead.
so I'm chilling. We chilling in the strip club, and a shorty comes up to me and she starts saying, and being the nigga I am, I start saying some real shit. I was like, "Yo, why you stripping?" It's like, "Oh, this and that." I was like, "I'm like, damn. So you going to school?" I'm like, "So you shouldn't be doing this, shorty." I was like, "Yo, you know what I mean?"
Oh,
Like,
you
so I'm
self-righteous
kicking
nigga.
game, like, cause I'm sitting in the back. I'm not all my niggas in the front, you know, fucking with the bitch. I'm sitting in the back, cause like this ain't my thing. So she's talking to me. I'm just talking, doing regular talk shit, nigga. How she end up coming back with me to the fucking hotel that we were staying at?
Cause
Mm.
And I was just
you
kick,
dropped that smart shit.
but I was just kicking simple game. But
That
this is where it gets bad. Y'all ready? So it was my nigga's bachelor weekend. He was getting married, and his dad is mad cool, right? So boom, Shorty comes back to the room. She gets in the bed with me, right? Gets in the bed with me. We chilling. My man's dad gets in the bed with us because he's drunk. And I said, yo, I had to pick his dad up and put him back on the other bed. Yo, shit was just weird after that, bro. Yo, and so
That's instant. That's
long
instant.
story, long story short, I didn't hit it all because
Yeah,
the
I
shit
wouldn't
got
either.
weird.
Yeah, you can't after that. Like,
But we had so many
nah,
bottles.
if your game is good, yeah,
I
you might
sent Shorty away
wanna.
with 2 bottles.
like you can't. But I'm with you, Troy. It's never really my. I mean, I've gone, of course, but it was never
Yeah.
my thing, man. Like you said, I'm, you know, you throwing money at it, and it's like I
For
can't touch
what?
it. I'm not, I'm not paying you to come home with me. Like,
No.
what's the point?
But it's crazy. And you know what's funny? That shit worked twice. Both out of the 6 times I made went to a strip club, I kicked the same game while you here twice, and they both came back.
Yeah, I never even. You've been more times than I've been. I think I've been maybe twice, maybe
Yeah,
three.
this shit is not fun, bro. It ain't to
It's
me.
not.
For me, it's not fun. Like, but I did play one time. It was kind of fun. We did play like a drinking game, and Shorty was like, if I could take the drink down faster than her, I could lick her nipple or some shit, and I did. That was as far as it went.
That's
But
these too. Like,
and she still tried to say I lost, but I was like, nah, bitch.
okay, moving right along.
I
Moving right
hope you don't
along.
I hope you don't get canceled for that. But I'm just saying, it's a true story.
That story time with Troy.
Mm.
Now we're gonna move on to the we're gonna move into a little sports. So NBA recently, March 21st of this year of March this year, recently history was passed when Kevin Durant moved into fifth, passing Michael Jordan on the all-time scoring list. When Michael Jordan was at 32,292, Kevin Durant passed that mark as they are still and still going. There was a conversation about this saying, is Kevin Durant the most efficient scorer? Now, Kevin Durant has shot over 50% from the field goal for the last 13 years and over 40% from the three-point line. The last time he shot under 50% was in 2011. So is there some validity that they say that Kevin Durant is the most efficient scorer? We're not saying all-time greatest player, but what they're saying that title, efficient scorer.
Yeah, he could be an efficient scorer, but he a bitch at efficient scoring.
I mean, it's a valid point based on the percentage, but you got to think the game is so much easier now. When you a 7-footer that can shoot and dribble like a guard, and you shoot mid range,
But do you understand
and
what I
then
say by he's a bitch at efficient scoring?
He gonna
I mean,
emphasize that.
No, I mean,
I,
no, like, do y'all really understand what I'm saying? Why
I
why you
kind of
turn the camera off?
I kind of get what you're saying.
Nate, why you turn your camera off, bro? The fuck?
Explain it. Explain it to him, Troy.
Nah,
Explain his
I
bitch
kind of
ass.
break
Break
it
it
down so I can see
down
if I'm on the
to him.
same
Go
page.
ahead, Troy.
Okay, this nigga should have had multiple 60-point games by now. He don't got one. You know what I'm saying? Like he shoots. Yeah, okay, cool, but like he ain't no killer, bro.
Nah, he not
Like
a killer.
go out there and kill. Like you
Yeah.
think if Kobe and Jordan had his fucking shooting skills, this shit would be Jordan be untouched if he had Durant shooting skills. Durant don't shoot enough. He's not he don't kill enough.
He's got
If
I'm with Troy. That is the most outstanding fucking point. This guy will be known as the most efficient shooter, but there was nothing we called him the Slim Reaper, but there wasn't that it should have been worse. It
No,
should
mind you, when he played with
yeah.
Curry and when he played with Curry and other snipers, yeah, they won chips. But as soon as he left them niggas,
well,
it's L. L
he won the
town.
chip with Curry and Clay because he had two other snipers on the team to
I
take Curry
just said
off.
that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got two
yeah.
other snipers, but when it comes to you being that nigga, you shy away from the moment, nigga. Go hard.
And then
The
you
fuck
remember
is you doing?
he took offense to Charles Barkley's comments. Charles Barkley said, "You'll never be the bus driver. You'll be the passenger."
Yeah. Kevin Durant, yeah, he likes to hoop and he does whatever, but he don't have that killer instinct. Like, nigga, they want you to shoot. If you're
Dribbling.
that efficient, nigga, go out there and get 60, bro. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
But you
That's all
playing it
there.
safe. You playing,
yeah.
oh, yeah, okay. All decent play. Yeah, you play within the system. That's cool. But nigga, we need you to win. Go out there and kill.
And Troy, would you say that's the same bullshit that they're putting on LeBron? It's the same it's the same. It's just a different manner. The king is soft, of course it is.
But
Durant
then,
has the
but this
same
is the
on
thing.
him. Durant
This is
has
the
the
thing
same
that they're like,
call.
oh,
Melo has a call on him. All of them do. All
so
of
they're
them
like,
do.
LeBron has the most points ever. Now you got Kevin Durant passing Jordan. It took these niggas extra 10 years to do that shit.
So here's what people fail to realize when they talk about, oh well, LeBron got more assists and more this and more that. LeBron didn't go to college.
Exactly.
Mike played 3 years of college ball. Took
No, I
like
think it was two. It was two,
or
right?
two years of college ball, right?
And then took 2 years off because his dad died.
And on top of that, his rookie season he broke his foot, so he didn't even play his full rookie season. So that's 5 years he didn't play.
Yeah. It still got this is why when people do the debates, I really don't say anything. I'm just like, okay, cool. Cause to me, like I forgot what somebody said. It was like you could debate, but what are we really debating? Because everybody got their preference. Everybody gonna go with who they with. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm gonna go with Jordan. Certain niggas are gonna go with LeBron. Certain niggas gonna go with Kobe or whatever. You gonna go with who you go with. But I'm gonna state the facts with Jordan. With Jordan, it took these niggas 8 extra years
To do what Jordan did.
to do what he did.
And
So
you
you
think
can't
about it,
tell me nothing. I don't care if you say he played with plumbers or wherever the fuck. It took you 8 years to do that shit. If he played with
listen,
plumbers, if you're saying he played with plumbers, then why it take you 8 years? 8
So
extra years.
so here's the thing, and I told Leo this. I'm not subscribing to that plumber's comment because, dude, they were ballers. It's just
They,
because we live on the East Coast, we only know about East Coast ballers. I mean,
yeah,
you got cats that were playing on the West Coast and in Milwaukee that we ain't even heard about. We starting to hear about these cats now because
yeah.
you got all these old NBA films that they're putting YouTube clips on.
It's
It's
just
like,
because
dude was a baller. Like,
it's
you
just
can't
because
do
these niggas look weird. It's just because these niggas look weird back in the day.
right.
Everybody like, oh, look at him. But like, you know how many niggas that look like they can't ball will bust your ass?
Like
Seriously,
it's a lot of people, man. Like I don't like
nigga.
I told Leo this. I said I'm not, but Leo's that's his thing. He was playing with plumbers. No, nigga, they wasn't playing. They weren't plumbers. Stop. We
Yeah,
were saying
because
nobody
if you think about it, if you go to your local, when I was like early 30s and I was playing leagues and there'd be some old niggas, these old niggas
was ballers.
was ballers, bro.
Ballers.
These niggas knew they could shoot their ass off, Larry Bird type shit. You was like, God damn, nigga's 40 and he
Man,
I
look,
had a nigga
and
on
look,
my team in a league, right? So we had our, we used to play rec ball, whatever. And he was nice, old dude. He was 40 at the time when I was 30, and he was lights out. I had him on my team when it was tournament time. Nigga, we won, but every time I passed him the ball, that nigga's shot was going in without a doubt.
look. I remember I was playing ball.
And
I
he looked
was
goofy as fuck, but his shot was wet
shooting
as
like
fuck.
this, shooting like this.
Yeah, that
Bill
shit was
Cartwright.
wet. Over the head type shit. That shit would go right the fuck in the ball, in the hoop.
Listen, man, I
Every
was
time.
playing reg league with my job. This old man crossing me up, talking smack to me. Where you going, young buck? What you doing? What you doing? What you
Mm-hmm.
doing? You quicker? He's like, you quicker than me, yeah, and younger, but you can't stop me. Bah, 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 bah. I'm like, yo, I'm not guarding this dude no more because he embarrassing me.
But the crazy thing, what people fail to remember is that everything evolves, right? Everything evolves, people get better. But why does it evolve? Why does it get better? They learn it from the old
They're
heads.
learning from the old heads. Yep.
They learn from the old heads and
And
it's
and
creating it and they're making it better.
and this is why. And I used to get rid. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say ridicule, but I used to get um
Chastise.
not chastised either. But when I remember when I said when Iverson first came out with his crossover, right? I was like, yeah, it's nice, but I like Tim Hardaway's crossover better
He just made it better. That's all he
because
did.
because I'm not even gonna say that. I just say I like Tim Hardaway's crossover because it wasn't as much body language, and Iverson had to square. Iverson waited for you to square up before he could
Yeah.
cross you. Tim Hardaway come down full court, boom, 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 didn't stop.
So, but this is the reason why I say it evolved. So I get that you say that Tim Hardaway didn't have any movement, right? So now, as I watch ball, I watch that Tim Hardaway. He got niggas, right? But if you don't have that head movement, you're not tricking nobody. You see what
I,
I'm
I mean,
saying?
I see that point.
No,
I do
you're
see
not. You're
that.
not tricking nobody. This is what I teach my son. So when you do the crossover, if you're doing a crossover like I was saying, and you're looking the other way, the defender's thinking you're going that way. When you cross over, you come back. You done lost the nigga. See
But
what
you
I'm
know,
saying? It evolves.
but
It
you know,
evolves, but it doesn't evolve without seeing what's before you.
but you know what I learned, and I'm gonna tell you why. I hear what you're saying, but I'm gonna refute it just a little bit because when I was learning how to play cornerback, the first thing they used to always tell me, watch the waist. Because I don't care how much head movement you have, your waist is going to stay stationary.
Yeah.
If that waist doesn't move, then the person isn't going that way. You see what I'm saying? The difference between the head movement and the ball movement is when you're watching the waist of the ball handler, your eyes are gonna your peripheral. You're gonna see the ball move too.
Well, how many people just focus on that? Not many.
I was about ready to say we gotta go. That was a perfect tutorial, but you gotta remember when you get on the basketball court, motherfuckers are facing mano y mano, and when you got a little motherfucker that's fast, the two of them already are fast. Both of y'all are right. Let's just look at it and break it down. Allen Iverson had long ass arms and hands. When that motherfucker crossed, he was putting shit all the way over here on Left Street and bringing that shit all the way back over to Third, and that shit is crazy. Tim Hardaway's ass was short and compact, and his shit stayed right in front of you, and them
Hmm.
hands was doing all that work. Do it again with the head, Troy.
Yeah,
As soon as them motherfuckers sit to rattling, motherfuckers see that, his head look like the ball, bruh. Motherfuckers is lost.
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 And
That's
to
why
this
it worked
day,
with him. That's why
and
it
to
worked
this
with
day,
him.
it still works. If you
That's
just do a look, because look, I could pretend I'm doing a crossover, but if I'm doing something with my head, and you think I'm going to crossover, I'm
motherfucker gonna do just
not.
like
I'm going
this.
to
They're
keep
gonna
it in
look
one
up.
hand
They're gonna
and
look
do a
up,
one
right?
hand dribble and lose you.
Hmm.
So that has nothing to do with the fucking hip. That's football. With
I think it's just the
basketball,
fact that
But
I
what
think
I'm
yeah, he
saying
does. I
is
think they get lost by it.
so
They
what
get
I'm saying is
mesmerized by it.
it can translate. And I
Yeah,
guess my
yeah,
perspective is a little different because I always looked at it from the point of a defensive back. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
yeah,
It's
but that's why
fine.
you can't. This is why you can't compare football to basketball. It's two different sports. Because in basketball, I could be doing something with the ball, and I could either be dribbling, or I could be passing, or I could see somebody else in the corner. There's so many things in basketball that is different than football that I could do. That you can't just watch. You can't just watch my hips and think you're gonna get something going on.
Shakira.
You know what I'm saying? Football is a whole different animal. You know what I'm saying? Watching the hips in football is different. When you know what I mean. I get that, but it's not the same in basketball.
Yeah,
Not the same.
both of y'all got good points to that. And one thing is, like Troy said, is different. Football, you're not bouncing the football; you're holding that in your arm the entire time.
Exactly.
You know,
Oh,
basketball, you either bounce, you're bouncing it, whatever. You know, if with a basketball, if you pick it up, you can't move no more. With the football, you can move until they tackle you.
and that's what
But
the
I
whole
think,
flow of that thing is, boy. Because like I said, once that ball, you got Allen Iverson moving that ball from over here to over there. That's what made his crossover nasty. Because it just took a long time for that bitch to come from one side to the other. And when it got there so fast you didn't know what to do. With Tim Hardaway, that month was it. There was it was between his shoulders and his fucking ankles, and you had to figure out what he was gonna do. That shit was going so damn fast, you didn't know where he was going with that
And the
shit.
thing, and like I said, with Tim Hardaway, even though you knew he was compact like that, and he did it, he had different combinations for that very move.
right,
So
right.
he could either
Back
lay
pat,
you,
yeah, or
he
back
could lay
pat on
you,
low. Oh, yeah.
he could lay you pause, or he could shoot, he could hit the jumper, or he's passing it to somebody. You know what I'm saying? There's too many variables going on. Where
And he
football,
had a
like you said,
nasty
but
lean
once you
too.
catch that ball, that's it.
He had a nasty shoulder lean when he crossed you over too, boy. Tim Hardaway shit, he used to bend in when he did his. He'll take you and he'll bring you in, and then he'll pull it back, and
But
then he'll do that double tap. That shit is
But
but
Tim
I
Hardaway grew up to
that
be a
Texas
hater,
two,
though.
that Texas
yeah,
two
he
step
did.
was
But
nasty, boy.
I grew up. I mean, not grew up, but I've seen Tim Hardaway on a fast break come down, boom, boom, ba 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 ba. It didn't stop. This is what I'm saying. He didn't stop to square the dude up. He just boom,
Yeah,
boom,
but
boom, ba
that's
ba ba
once
ba
in
ba.
a while. But he couldn't do it all. I mean, you know what I mean? Like I said, that shit evolved because after a while,
yeah.
niggas knew that okay, you're gonna do that, and you're going to the same spot
So to
where
summarize all,
people took that move and evolved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Rod Strickland.
yeah.
That nigga
So
was a magician.
Yeah,
Yeah, like you said, everything evolves. And to summarize again, shout out to KD for passing and moving up to fifth. And like y'all said, evolve. The sport evolves, like anything evolves. Sports evolve, music evolve. And speaking of evolving, as we transition to that, still in the NBA, proposed plan for 2028-29 season is to bring two teams back to the. I mean, bring two teams in the NBA. One team actually was a former NBA team. They're going to bring. The NBA is talking about bringing a team to the Seattle and a team to Las Vegas, which we already knew Las Vegas was one of their trades in. And that's why they started having this cup, this little mid season or early season cup, or
Bullshit.
whatever. So right. So, of course, the Seattle Supersonics were in the NBA until 2007, 2008, when they were bought out by an owner from Oklahoma, who originally promised that he wasn't going to move the team, but ended up moving the team to Oklahoma, the team that Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook were playing for. So they were part of that last team of
Yeah,
players that
they
were
were.
the Supersonics. What are your thoughts about them? And back on that, Tracy McGrady has stated that there wasn't enough talent to
They're right.
have
They're right, because them
to have
niggas
the
are gonna be,
expansion.
because them expansion teams are gonna be trash.
They're gonna be doodle. They're gonna be doodle for a while. But
Trash.
I
You know,
think,
who
look,
they
man,
gonna have on one team? It's gonna
30,
be Matt McClum and fucking Bronny Jr. on one fucking team, nigga.
it might be, and it might, hell, it might be Jaden Ivey. But no, I think there's too many
Yo,
teams.
that's foul, bro.
I think there's too many teams already, man.
Come on,
Too
man. Why
much
you fucking
teams.
with the mental illness, nigga?
What? Too many teams, man.
Well, I think they can't. They
But
have to add one extra team because they want a Vegas team so bad. They're not the enemy control. They want a Vegas team so bad. Personally, I think they should have a Seattle team before they have a Vegas team. I've heard people say, "Why don't you just move Sacramento and Brooklyn to Vegas and Seattle instead?" But yeah, that's not going to work. And then also with that, so they were talking about either Memphis or Minnesota moving to the East Coast to the Eastern Conference with this move.
I don't know. There's so many. There's a lot of trash ass teams, bro. You
it's
got
some
you got the
like,
Wizards, Brooklyn. Like them niggas is loser teams, bro.
well, they're not moving out of DC. That's for one.
They suck.
Um, Brooklyn should have stayed in Jersey. In all honesty,
But you know, one thing
Uh,
is, remember with these expansion teams, they get to pick one or two players from every team.
they're not gonna get the best player. They're gonna get somebody. They're gonna get like number 11 off the bench.
mhm.
No, they won't.
No, not
I
necessarily. Not
mean,
necessarily. They got but you get better than that. You can maybe get number eight.
they'll get. I think they will be able to. Everybody said there's not enough talent out there. Okay, but there's
So
enough
it's gonna
people
be a
out
lot
there
of
to
G League
play.
players, and like you said, it's probably gonna be
But a
Bronny.
lot of G League players already play for the league.
No, but what I'm saying is gonna be some G League players. There's some G League players. I don't know of them, so I can't name them. That probably should be in the league, but because of the limited roster,
Nigga, Matt McClum averages fucking 50 and still can't get in the NBA. And I'm not even lying. The niggas be dropping like 60, 50 every other day. Matt McClum, new season high. This nigga dropping like 50 and still can't get in the NBA.
Except for All Star time. Except for All Star weekend.
the
That's the
dunk
dunk.
contest.
How the fuck you averaging 50 in the G League and you can't get picked up?
What? Well, shoot, that was back in the day. What's your boy? Lenny Cook was dropping 30 in the G League and couldn't get in.
Nigga, Lenny Cook is trash. Come on.
So I'm just saying. So Matt McClung,
No, it ain't the same. I'm talking about a nigga that's currently dropping 50. I'm
you
not
but
talking about Lenny Crackhead Cook.
I'm talking. What I'm saying is, you saying Matt McClung dropping 50. I don't know. Okay, it's people that, like I said, people that are in the G League that should possibly be in the league, but for whatever reason they can't break through.
That's
It's
what I'm fucking
politics.
saying.
It's
What
politics.
but you just brought up Lenny fucking Crackhead Cook.
What I'm
Like, what
saying,
the
what
fuck?
I'm saying is, there's a
The
lot.
fuck?
I'm just saying there's a lot. That's all I'm saying.
Well, the alleged crackhead. Alleged crackhead.
Oh
I
We
don't give a
shit!
fuck what he is. The nigga he couldn't make it.
right. So let's just say he didn't make it. He had a lot of hype around him coming out of New York, but he didn't make it in the league.
And they still talk about him like he's some kind like, oh yeah, I could have been better than LeBron. Nigga,
No,
who
you
gives a
couldn't.
fuck? It's been 30 years. I don't want to hear your story no more, nigga. We gotta be honest at some point. I don't want to hear your story no more, nigga. Yeah, you and LeBron at the same time. Guess what? LeBron is leading the NBA in fucking points.
Everything.
You're doing fucking podcasts talking about your
And
crackhead history.
selling burgers.
Alleged.
Oh my God, here's this thing.
All right, what's next?
Suarez's last name is Cook. He was cooking crack.
Crack cook coat.
All right, so I think we can kind of end on that unless anybody got anything else they want to talk about. Yo, how a nigga internet so fucked up he didn't come back?
He didn't come back. Yeah, man. What the what?
He didn't come. Either he didn't come back or the nigga mad at me.
No, I don't think that. I think it's just the internet. So that happened before in the past when his internet was like. So we'll see Jay next week.
Yo, that's fucked up. You fucked up. You said that shit. You said it happened in the past.
Nah, he gonna post. He gonna post.
Nah, it ain't meant to be a joke. It ain't meant to be a joke. Remember when he had that previous problem? But anyway,
he gonna post.
See, it sounds like a joke. It's like you just had to cut yourself off. He was like, wait, let me stop. It be sound like a joke.
We ain't got nothing else to talk about. We thank everybody for tuning in today. Shout out to those who couldn't, for Jay who couldn't be who logged off early. Shout out to Leo. Also shout out to the mayor Corey, which is the rest of the podcast. Before we end it out here, what we normally do. Anything y'all got to say? Start off with you, Unc.
Yo, health, wealth, security, and joy, y'all. Hold it tight.
All right, what you got?
Praying for the troops. Safe return home. As always, keep God first. Everything else will follow.
Troy?
Where the fuck Leo be at? This nigga MIA every fucking show, bro.
He in the background. He said he trying to do the mixing. He trying to get your lighting right.
Yeah, the nigga stay posting us stuff like, oh, tune in, nigga. You tune in. All right.
You know how it is. We all got things going on in our life. So
yeah, I know. I I got a clown. All right, so what I mean. Everybody be safe. You know what I mean.
So we'll be back same time next week. Next show up tomorrow. MLB with me on tomorrow's show.
Same back channel.
Same channel. So everybody out there, y'all take care. Peace.